The Sports Scouting Report with Lee Burkeen, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group and Gonzalez. Total Car Care, tire shop and automotive repair in Baton Rouge. Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. And the Bugman, we get them before they get you. Here's your host, Lee Burkeen.
Hi everyone, I'm Lee Burkeen, your host, owner of Louisiana Football Magazine, also the Sports Scouting Report podcast. Today's show is going to be Sleeper Team for North Louisiana. That's right, we're doing our Sleeper Team for North Louisiana. We're going to do offense and we're going to do defense. Not that many special team guys, but we're going to do a lot of offensive guys. These are the guys that didn't make the All-Louisiana team, but are very worthy of being a college recruit. And some of these guys won't play college, but they're very worthy to be mentioned as some of the top players in North Louisiana. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back and start our Sleeper Team for North Louisiana. Hi everyone, Lee Burkeen, host of your show, the Sports Scouting Report podcast, and also owner of Louisiana Football Magazine since 1997. Today's show is, if you haven't tuned in yet, if you missed our All-Louisiana teams, we did it for South Louisiana and we did it for North Louisiana. Today is the Sleeper Teams. So I don't want you to get confused if you're a new viewer out there and you're watching the show. Go back to our website. You can catch our list that we actually put on our website, lafootballmagazine.com, or go catch our old shows on YouTube to where you can watch the All-Louisiana teams, North and South. But today is our Sleeper Team for North Louisiana, which is for Shreveport, Monroe, West Monroe, Alexandria, and everything in between north of the state. And we're going to start by position. We'll go ahead and get into it. Quarterbacks. Here's some quarterbacks that are very underrated, I believe. Start with Hayden Evans from Manny High School, not far from Natchitoches, Louisiana. Manny didn't throw the ball very much at all. They threw it more this year than ever before with their new head coach. But in the past, they were known as a running team. They did throw it a little bit, change their offense a little bit. Hayden Evans, to me, has a lot of ability because he only was in the offense for 1 year as a passer. Remember that name, Hayden Evans. Also, Michael Henry was a quarterback at Menard. They had another quarterback who was a college prospect. And Michael split time at quarterback. He's going to Louisiana Christian to play college football in Pineville, Louisiana. Continuing on, Bryce Carpenter, Loyola Prep. I had a chance to see Bryce when he played at Calvary Baptist before, and then he transferred to Loyola Prep, sat out in 2022, played his senior year in 23 at Loyola Prep in Shreveport. Bryce has a cannon arm, has a lot of ability. If he chooses to go college football, he very easily can be a D3, D2 guy and move up if he has a good career at that level. Continuing on, Tristan Wooten has been a starter at Wassman High School for a long time. Is going to Centenary to play for Byron Dawson. He's a great player that could actually move out to receiver, or he could stay at quarterback, or he could move to DB. Just a great football player. Tristan Wooten from Wassman and Monroe. Continuing on, Jackson Hedrick from Grant in the Alexandria area. Grant had a real good team this past year. Jackson is going to play football at Northwestern State in Natchitoches. Jackson has a really good arm. Not a big guy, but again, very good with the offense, very smart. And if you noticed with San Francisco 49ers, their quarterback, 6 foot tall. We all know the story, Drew Brees, 6 foot tall. It's not the height, it's the ability to throw the ball and run the offense with leadership. Continuing on, Jake Stanley is a quarterback from River Oaks and Monroe that's got a lot of upside to keep getting bigger in college. And another kid that's going to ULM of Monroe is Jamarian Hawkins from Bastrop, right outside of Monroe, not far from Rayville, Louisiana, actually. Kid has a great attitude, a great leader. He's a 4-year starter for Bastrop High School. Saw him play as a freshman at Walker High School when Bastrop played Walker High School 4 years ago. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about running backs for North Louisiana, Sleeper Team for Louisiana Football Magazine. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, your host of the Sports Scouting Report podcast. We're going to continue with our sleeper team for North Louisiana. I want to mention these are seniors only. These are not juniors or sophomores. So if your kid's not a senior, we didn't leave them out. It's seniors only, class of 224. It's easier to do this way, and I think it helps the guys that need to be mentioned in the senior group, because then you have too many players to talk about over 4 classes. Continuing on running back, I like a kid at Booker T. Washington in Shreveport, Frank Gafford. Really showed a lot of power, has a burst, and to me, a very good back. I think he's a college back. I don't think he's signed yet, which just might help him a little bit mentioning today. Also, Ethan Busby from St. Mary High School in Natchitoches was a 4-year starter for them, played multiple positions. Darian Nelson from Bolton played a long time at the program there, 4 years. Greg Jones, a big power back from Caldwell High School. Raeklin Van Zant, a very good player from Mansfield, right outside of North DeSoto. Really good football player. Jamarian Island from Union Parish was a phenomenal player for them, over 1,000 yards his junior and senior year. He's going to go to Louisiana Christian in Pineville to play college ball. Jordan Case from Lakeside, small high school, but really caught my eye, very athletic player. And DeAndre Young from Delhi Charter, 4-year starter, very fast, has more power than the size that you see on the screen. We're going to take a break. That was running backs. When we come back, we're going to talk about wide receivers for our sleeper North Louisiana offense for Louisiana Football Magazine. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the show. This is our sleeper team for Louisiana Football Magazine for 24 seniors only. We want to keep helping kids that didn't sign yet. A lot of these guys haven't signed, haven't committed, and a lot of these guys can actually walk on to college somewhere and play one day because of the NIL, and you can get money as a walk-on, and get this, the portal, there's always a revolving door of scholarships available if you're the next man up as a walk-on. So don't give up your dream. Continue to look at schools through the spring, going into the early summer, and enroll somewhere where you feel comfortable for academics and athletics, and try out for the team, because a lot of these guys, I think, can play college ball. Some of them I mentioned today are committed and signed for college ball. We're going to continue on with wide receivers for North Louisiana. The first kid is Maurice Rabb from Minden. Menden's had a lot of great talent over the years. James Britt was an all-SEC DB from LSU. They've had quarterbacks go to LSU over the years. They've had great DBs go to Louisiana Tech. One's playing for the Chiefs right now, Snead, who I was high on when he came out. But Maurice has a big frame, as you see there, can catch the ball, really like what he can do. And then there's Marshawn Whitley from Franklin Parish, small town in North Louisiana. Very, very fast, 4.5 legit. A lot of receivers in the state of Louisiana, very easily to get overlooked. If you see his size, he's 6'1". His teammates signed with Tulane. They had 2 D1 receivers on one team at Franklin Parish. Continued on, Delarance Wilson from Bastrop is a guy that played 4 years. I really like him, very fast. John Tavian Dixon from Richwood, another fast kid, very athletic. Nathan Roberts from Carroll in Monroe. Man, what a great football player. 4-year starter, big-time playmaker. Signed with Grambling, and I think he's going to be an all-conference player in the SWAC in that conference at Grambling. Logan Malone from Ruston has great hands, going to Louisiana Christian to play college ball. Jalen Lewis from Houghton, very good 4-year starter there, very big-time playmaker. Trey Smith from Benton, late bloomer, a lot of ability. Kyron Colvin from Bossier, late bloomer, a lot of ability. Elijah Anderson from Oakdale had a phenomenal senior year. Tyler Dotson from Neville, a late bloomer that could walk on and be a starter one day in college ball. Roy Morse, a 1-year guy at Evangel Christian that has a lot of great potential. Zachon Miller from Green Oaks and Shreveport, the same thing. Gage Haley from Captain Shreve was a heck of a player as a slot receiver. Had a chance to see him for 2 years. Demondre Martin from Haynesville, a great football player. Luke Simmons from Oak Grove was on a young team, one of the seniors this year. Very underrated. I wanted to mention him. He deserved it. Tamarion Wade, another Neville, late bloomer at wideout. Jordan Wiggins from Captain Shreve, phenomenal football player. that can run a 4.5, going to Louisiana Christian in Pineville. Chase Sentinel from Glenbrook has everything you look for, but he's going to have a chance to go baseball D1. Tucker McNabb from Northwood in Shreveport, phenomenal slot receiver the last 3 years. Would be a great walk-on that could play one day at a college. And L.D. Ferson from Booker T. Washington in Shreveport has a ton of ability, and I think it would be a great player for some D1 school like a ULM, like a Northwestern State, to walk on and get some reps one day. That's our wide receivers. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about fullbacks, and we're going to talk about the offensive line in North Louisiana, our sleeper team. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Lee Burkeen, your host of the Sports Scouting Report podcast. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, share, and like to help us grow, help our show grow, our YouTube show. Go to lafootballmagazine.com to check out our magazine. We're going to do our 28th year preview issue for Louisiana Football Magazine. That's right, 28 years. This year will be 28 for us to do a preview magazine for Louisiana. We're doing a North and the South. We're going to combine them this year. We're going to go ahead and continue on our sleeper team with our fullbacks. Michael Casey, also a linebacker at Huntington and Shreveport. What a physical, strong kid. Squats over 500 pounds, benches over 350. Going to Harding University in Arkansas, where he'll be either a linebacker or a fullback. I put him at fullback because he could get on the field a little quicker because he's a great blocker and has played running back at Huntington. Caden Chandler from Grant, big physical blocker. I like his demeanor. He's very tough. Caleb Matoyer from Captain Shreve, a great blocker. Jalen Smith from Neville, a great blocker. Late bloomer, 1 year guy that's getting bigger in college in the 210 range in another year. We're going to go ahead and go to offensive tackles before we take a break and talk about Jeremy Duncan. 6'7", 310, 315, a guy that's just learning the game. Silent Centenary in Shreveport. I think he's a development guy that, man, if he could just continue to get better, he's humongous and probably weigh about 320. Might get his weight down to 290 to get things, get his feet better and get stronger. But here's a guy to keep an eye on in the next 2 years. Nathan Hill from Airline in Bossier City, another big guy that played his last couple of years. Late bloomer, legit 6'5", with a lot of room to grow if he wants to play college ball. Desmond Rochelle from Bolton, 1 year guy, only played 1 year of football as a starter. Legit 6'4", lean 260 when I saw him play this year. And another tackle from Pineville, 1 year starter, Aiden Gaines, 6'4", 332 pounds, and runs a 5.5 40, which is incredible for 332. But a lot of guys at 300 have trouble running 5.3. Here's a guy, if he continues to shed weight, he used to weigh about 360. He could be a big-time get for a college as a walk-on or as a signee to a D2 school, I think, or 1AA school in the end. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about offensive guards and centers for our sleeper team in North Louisiana. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Lee Burkeen with the Sports Scouting Report podcast, your host. Also, lafootballmagazine.com. And the Louisiana Football Magazine, we're doing our 28th year this year, preview magazine for all the high schools. We're going to continue on with offensive guards, sleepers in the state of North Louisiana. Gage Vircher from Buckeye, Louisiana, right outside of Alexandria. Physical kid, as you see there, 6'2", almost 290. Really comes off the ball with a lot of intensity. I like the guy. I think he's a college guy. Another kid, Braylon DeSang from Menard, Holy Savior Menard in Alexandria. Tough 4-year starter, mean, physical player. 1AA, legit, could be a D1 guy in a year in college. Ellis Wallace from Wassman in Monroe, big guy that can move his feet, underrated, really a diamond in the rough. If you see the film like me, you would agree. Leighton Terrell from Calvary Baptist, a big kid that can move, really came on. I thought he was improved. Center Dolan Williams, son with East Texas Baptist in Marshall, Texas from Parkway. Very athletic kid. I think he's a center. Offensive guard Javion Marshall, Captain Shreve, was a transfer from Green Oaks. Very athletic for a big guy. John David Pipes from Prairie View Academy, and right outside of the Monroe area. Very gifted kid with good feet. Cooper Brown from Menard and Alexandria, very athletic. Jordan Kurtz from Lakeview impressed me with his feet for a 300-pound player. Marcus England out of Washita Monroe, very, very good feet. Zachary Singleton from Huntington, very physical, moves well. Garrett Varnell from West Washita, another project guy that if he gets with the right college, gets his feet better every year, could be a great player. Landon Taylor from Sterlington, very good feet for another big player. Diedrich Beck from Booker T. Washington caught my eye this year in Shreveport, can move very, very good. And Brandon Vaughn from Peabody missed his senior year, but I still put him on the list because he was an all-state type player but didn't play this year because of an injury. We're going to take a break and we're going to have more centers to talk about when we come back. And then we're going to try and get the tight ends in. But we might save our tight ends for another show. But we're going to get our centers in really quick when we come back. We've got a few of them to mention for North Louisiana. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, your host of the Sports Scouting Report podcast. We're going to continue on with our sleepers for North Louisiana. This will be the last crew that we talk about, our centers, starting with Gage Caskey from North DeSoto in Keithville, Louisiana. Signed with East Texas Baptist. Very physical kid, very smart, comes off the ball. I love his demeanor. I think he's a big-time player. Kevin Richardson from Green Oaks, physical big guy that can move for 305. But Truett Tietz from Oak Grove, I hope I'm saying that right, Mom, is a very athletic kid. Another center, Shermarion Williams from Ruston, very physical guy with good feet. Was a guard for them, but I put him at center. Tristan Wanzo from Beekman Charter, right outside of the Monroe area. A very physical 325-pound bench press lineman. And Keithon Phillips, a very big-time sleeper from Magnolia High School, which is a small school in Shreveport, believe it or not. Has good feet, four-year starter, very physical player, a guy that you want in your program. I hope you love the show. I hope you liked it. And again, be sure to subscribe, like, and share. That is going to wrap up our first show for sleepers. Part 2 is coming up for the rest of the offense for North Louisiana. We'll see you on Part 2.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lee Burkeen.